So I posted your homework a little bit late because I just had a few problems posting it. But now that it's here, I just want to tell you I'm giving an extension on the homework. Since I posted it 2 days late, I'm also giving you 2 more days to work on it, right? So this will be due next Monday. You can either screenshot it to me, send it on Discord, or take a picture on Google Classroom and send it to me, right? But I would prefer it if you hand it in on Saturday, right? It's on me that I posted this late, but if you post it on, if you give it to me on Saturday, or if you take a photo before Saturday, I would be very appreciative of that, right? All right. Anyways, for this homework, I have included a Google Doc, which is kind of similar to the review sheet we had in class. So I want you to fill out that review sheet while watching this video, and I'm also going to include the slides with that link so you can just follow along with the slides. In fact, you can just use the slides, right? You don't have to watch this whole video. Anyways, we're going to talk about prime numbers, factors, and multiples for this video. No exponents yet. Exponents is going to be a future one. So these are all the definitions we went over in class, and they're quite important. I'll hold for a few seconds so you can copy all of it down. If you want, you can pause here. All right, so a few things to take note of. First off, prime numbers. You should probably memorize at least the first few prime numbers because I saw a lot of people thinking that 9 was a prime number when it clearly isn't, right? So if you memorize, like, let's say the first at least 7 prime numbers, you'll be ahead of the game and you'll be able to do questions faster, right? And do keep in mind, and this is really important, 2 is the only even prime factor. There's no other even prime factors, and 1 is not a prime factor. And the reason 1 is not a prime factor is because it breaks the rule of, prime factors are numbers that multiply with, that have factors of 1 times itself, right? But 1 is not a prime number because it is itself times itself. Not 1 in itself times itself, right? Or you could just say 1 times 1. So it breaks the rule both ways. All right, this is an example of prime factorization, what it is. I don't think I need to go over this that much. It's just an example telling you, and then the bottom tells you like how it's done. But since all of you know how to do this, I'm not going to harp over it. All right, and then GCF, finding GCF using prime factorization. Again, this is something that I think most of you can do by yourself. You don't really need my help, but I'll quickly go over it, right? Remember, when you find a GCF, you want to find out what factors, prime factors, they share, right? So these two numbers, 36 and 54, they share this 2, right? This 3, and this other 3, and they do not share this 2 and this 3, meaning that we don't include them, right? So once we find out what they share, we multiply it all together and we get 18, right? Same thing here, right? If we look at the red boxes, we see, they share these numbers, right? So we multiply all of them in the end to get the GCF of 12. Now LCM is a little bit difficult because I feel like you guys still don't understand the steps. Well, at least some of you, not all of you, right? But here are the steps to LCM, right? These are 4 steps only, so it's not that hard to memorize. And in fact, the first 2 steps are very similar to the GCF. The only addition we have is step 3 and step 4. So step 1, list all the prime factors of all numbers you're using to find LCM, right? That's easy, you can do that. Step 2, find any prime factors that are shared. Again, very easy. Step 3, find any prime factors that are not shared. So this time you're doing what you didn't do in the GCF one. And then last step is multiply both the shared and unshared factors. And in the end, you'll get the LCM. If this explanation doesn't make sense to you, please send me a DM or put a comment in Google Classroom, okay? And here is just a step-by-step example, right? So I have this problem, which is find the LCM of 36 and 54, and then I show you how to do it, right? And you can look at that yourself. If you don't understand it again, send me a message. And that's pretty much it for this review. It's pretty short. It'll take under 4 minutes. And then I have some extra credit problem sets for you, right? So in total, I believe this is 27 questions. The first set is 6 questions based on factors, only factors. Second one is questions based off multiples, 3 of them. Then we have 3 questions based on prime numbers, 5 questions on prime factorization, 6 on GCF, and 4 on LCM. A lot of these questions are different, right? They look different than each other because LCM, GCF, all of these things, you can write questions about them in different ways. So it might be a little bit hard, some of these questions, but again, you can literally ask me for homework help. Either again, send a comment on Classroom or send me a DM. Um, but yeah, that's extra credit. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if you want like a lot of points to your grade, do it, right? This will actually net you an extra, well, I haven't figured out how many points, but it'll give you a lot of points, especially if you explain. So if you explain each question on how you did it, the step-by-step reasonings, right? I'll give you even more bonus points. So think of this as a way to raise your grade higher than ever, okay? And that's pretty much it. See ya.